Welcome back, my fellow aggressive learners. In this section, we shall be talking about the anatomy of HTML. That is a basic structure of HTML documents. All right. Now, every website you see would definitely contain this basic information. This basic information about we're about to discuss right now, it will definitely have this content in them. So, and the very first one is what we call what the doc type. This doc type, it tells the browser the HTML version you're working on. Now in HTML, we've had HTML3, HTML4, and all that. The most recent version is what? HTML5. All right. So this document will tell the browser, hey, this person is writing using HTML5. This document was written for HTML5. All right. Good. Now the next thing I want to show you is the HTML tag itself. You can see it has an opening and closing tag. Let me do something to create a little divide and some level of. Now look just here, right? Look just here. Look at this. This HTML, this is an opening tag, and this is what we call closing tag. Now, this is the root. This HTML definition, this tag HTML, this HTML element is the root element. Every page that is a website must have this thing HTML tag, all right, written, all right, and this lang you're seeing means it is interpreted in English, all right. Good. So having gotten that, the next thing I want you to understand is the head, all right, tag, the head tag, not header, the head tag, which will be one of our last discussion for this HTML class. It will be our last discussion. Now, this head tag holds what we call page information. It holds the page what? The page information, such as the metadata, search engine optimization data, title page, links, JavaScript link, CSS links, and a whole lot of that. So for now, I just want you to put it in at the back of your mind that meta information, page information, things that are used to recognize this site by others, all right, they are all placed in this place. So this place holds the page information. That's all I want you to know for now, all right. Now the next thing I want you to know is the body. This body, this is where all your content, whatever you want your user to see when they open your website, this is what it will contain. All right. This is where it will be contained. So we call it page content. All right. So you can call it the document body, the document body. All right. So this is just an example of what you can see there. All right. So this will not necessarily be in every HTML website, but it is just an example of what you will see, the H1 element and the P element. All right. So this H1 element is just, and then this is the content of it. We'll talk more about that in the future. But for now, I just want you to understand that this body tag is where you will have any content that will be displayed on the website. Now, having said that, and having said that, I want us to take a look at every HTML element, all right, has a tag name, all right? It has a tag name. And then that tag name, the very first one that has this opening, this anchor stuff, right? It's called opening tag, all right? It has tags. This is called the opening tag. Now, the one at the end of it is called the closing tag. It always ends with a slash. It has a forward slash before the name of the element, all right, which we normally call tag name, all right. Now, in between that, all right, you have what we call the content. This is what will be seen for any element you use. This is what would be seen. Is that okay? Good. Now, every HTML element, like the H1 tag, all right, this is a tag. This is a tag name, and this tag name is called an element. It's an element. All right. Now look at this tag. This in between these two tag. whatever apart from the name of the element, whatever you see is here is called an attribute. Just like saying, this is a car. Every car has a headlight and it has this, it has that. So every element can can take an attribute. All right. So this H1 element has some attribute, and this attribute, one of the attributes is what? Style. So in the style, we're able to define the color red. All right. So you can see different one, and then of course this is the content, and then this is the closing tag. So we don't define attribute in the closing tag. We define attribute in the opening tag. Don't forget, the name of the element will always come first. Is that okay? Good. Now, next, let's take a look at another element. This element is called anchor tag. We'll call it links. It's used for creating links, all right, for navigating through different pages, all right. So this is an element, and this at the opening tag, you will see a different um, some gibberish there, which we call from the all the way from this href up to this point. It is still an attribute. So attribute would normally come after the name of the element. An attribute would normally be found in the opening tag. All right, it will normally be found in the what? In the opening. It will normally be found in what? In the opening tag. All right, is that okay? Good. Now the next thing is, of course, the closing tag is also an element, all right, but that's the closing tag and the content goes here. Now, having said that, I hope we are ready for this course.